So when the theatrical release was announced back in April, the biggest concern from fans was that people who couldn't afford a ticket or didn't have a theater nearby would get spoiled during the 2-week gap between the premiere on June 4th and the YouTube release on June 19th. Well, it turns out even the people who bought tickets are getting spoiled now, because Episode 9 just got leaked 2 weeks before the theatrical premiere even happens. Here's what happened. A few days ago, Turkish accounts on Twitter started claiming they had access to a full version of TADC Episode 9. And most people ignored it because fake leaks have been circulating for months and nobody took it seriously. But then one of those Turkish accounts actually posted a version of the episode on YouTube, and it was real. The video got taken down, but by that point people had already seen it, and screenshots and clips started spreading. And I remember seeing his tweet on my timeline and thinking, yeah, this shit is fake. I even clicked on it, and it was just a premiere screen. Imagine if I clicked on a random timestamp, then things got even worse because the entire Brazilian dub of Episode 9 got leaked too. The theory right now is that someone working on the Brazilian dub got hacked and the files were stolen from their computer. So about 5 or 6 clips started spreading on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube showing major plot points, including the ending of the show. And since the original leaker apparently has the full episode it could drop in its entirety at any moment. On top of all that, there was another leak from a theater in Spain a few days earlier, where the plot got posted online and then deleted. But people had already screenshotted everything and shared it across social media. And the thing is, Glitch saw this coming. They took the leak risk seriously enough to cancel the entire South Korean theatrical release over it. What happened in Korea is that the local distributor SBMEN had already signed a deal with Glitch to screen the movie. But Korean law requires a copy of it to be sent to a rating board before it can be shown in theaters, so they can decide the age rating. Glitch looked at that and decided the risk of sending the full episode to another external organization was too high, so they just pulled out of Korea entirely. So the distributor was so upset they filed an injunction with the Seoul Central District Court to try and force the screening to happen. On May 10th, Glitch posted a statement saying they were taking leakage involving the delivery of original video files extremely seriously. Korean fans were furious because they felt like their country was being punished over a hypothetical risk. Well, it turns out, Glitch was right to be paranoid, because the episode leaked anyway, just not from Korea. So right now there are leaks from 3 different sources: Turkey, Brazil, and Spain. Glitch is filing DMCA takedowns, but they take hours to go through, and by the time one clip gets removed, 10 more are already uploaded. The same thing happened to Has Been Hotel when it went to Amazon. Sam Haff, the composer, said trying to stop the leaks was a never-ending game of whack-a-mole. And the crew spent a week and a half sending links to Amazon's legal department. This is exactly what fans warned would happen. With the previous 8 episodes, nothing ever leaked because the only people who had access worked at Glitch, and nobody ever broke trust. But once the episode got sent to distributors and dubbing studios in different countries, hundreds of people had access to it. And all it took was one person getting hacked for the movie to leak. Gooseworks said that Episode 9 isn't even fully complete yet, and the team is still working on it despite the release date being locked in. Which means the version that leaked might not even be the final cut of the episode. Gooseworks said she considered never touching TADC again with a 10-foot pole after the harassment she got on Reddit, and she even deleted her account. But she came back and spent months finishing the show and working late nights on the finale, and now all that work has been ruined. Kevin, the CEO of Glitch, said when the theatrical release was announced that if the event goes smoothly, it may change the perspective on animated indie projects around the world overall. He wanted this to be a moment that proved indie animation could stand next to studio films in actual theaters, and open the door for other indie shows to do the same thing. The leak might have the opposite effect, because if this is what happens when an indie show tries to go to theaters, then the next creator thinking about a theatrical release is going to look at what happened to TADC and decide it's not worth the risk. If you haven't been spoiled yet, stay off Twitter and TikTok, and don't search for anything related to Episode 9, because the algorithm will find the clips for you. All I can say is that finding out how a show you watched for so long ends from some low-quality dub clip on Twitter, instead of seeing it the way it was supposed to be seen, is one of the worst feelings as a fan, and if you got spoiled, I'm sorry that happened. There will never be any leaks or spoilers on this channel. After I watch it in theaters, I'll always say in the thumbnail, title, or at the beginning of the video if there are spoilers, so you don't have to worry.